Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back with another brand new video. Today's video, unfortunately, we are here to break down and discuss a disappointing 2-1 loss to Young Boys in Game 2 of the Europa League. So without any further ado, let's just dive in and talk about this game of football then, shall we? And if you watched yesterday's prediction video, the game kind of went the exact way as we broke down in that video. And I even went on to say we could end up narrowly losing out in this game of football, but I predicted a 1-1, and I'm sitting here to tell you that game should have finished 1-1 with 60 seconds to go. We need one captain to step up and just get up and header a ball away. At European football, step up and make your mark. You're the captain, get us over the line. But unfortunately, Captain Tavernier ended up trying to let the ball bounce and then trying to control it, ends up falling on his jacksie, and they end up running through it and volleying it past Alan McGregor. And before we even break down that goal any further, it's just so disappointing, this result. And I feel extra sick about the way that we lost this game of football, because losing games in European football is always going to happen. When you step up to this level of competition and these players that we are playing against, you see their pedigree. Losses will happen in European football. It's not something new. So you kind of take the good with the bad in terms of European football, but it's the way that we lost that game of football that really sticks with me in a really bad way. Because if they had scored two fantastic goals, if they had passed all the way around their players and finished perfectly and they just skinned us raw, and you hold your hand up and say fair enough, it was a fantastic goal. But the two goals that we conceded was completely our fault, and that's where the biggest frustration is with me, and it just rubs me up the wrong way, because the two goals were so avoidable. It's scary. But like I said earlier in the video, we're not just going to jump right to the end and speak about it. There was a lot of football that was played, so let's discuss it. And we're going to sort of skip the majority of the first half, because if you watch the game of football, you would have saw what I saw, and that was two teams playing very badly. That wasn't a fantastic game of football like when Feyenoord came to Ibrox and it was back and forth. There was good moments here, there was fancy flicks. That was two teams playing on a plastic park that looked like they'd never been on one before. So many misplaced passes. The crossing was honestly putrid, and I just didn't understand what was going on. I was even starting to question if there was flubber sprinkled onto that ball, because it was gone everywhere but the right place. But there was one single moment of pure quality in that entire 45 minutes, and it starts with us taking a wee bit of risk at the back, believe it or not, but we get away with that one. Stephen Davis with a very light pass into Barisic, then Barisic steps up with an unbelievable assist, perfectly weighted, right to Alfredo Morelos. Now the defender is actually on Alfredo Morelos' back, he's giving him a piggyback, then he drops him off, runs through, gives the goalkeeper the eyes, and just finishes expertly. That is Alfredo Morelos in a nutshell. Kick it to him at the halfway line, he'll control and carry a defender as far as he needs to, then he'll burst through and score the goal. Top notch from Barisic, an absolute class from Alfredo Morelos, and we go in at half time 1-0 up, and we're thinking to ourselves, yes, we got away with our poor 45 minutes, we're usually a second half team, let's go, this team is there to be taken. But what was really weird is the fact that we came out the second half and we didn't do what we usually done. Usually when we explode out the second half, we try and get on the ball and we control the game of football, but we went the exact opposite. But I wouldn't still say that Young Boys was all over us. We bet ourselves in this game of football, I personally think, because you just need to look at the equalising goal. What is Tavernier doing, man? Just kick the ball out for a throw-in. They've been doing it all game. If you watch how they defended those European defenders and fullbacks, every bit of pressure, they simply kicked the ball out of play and they got back into their shape and defended the throw-in. That's what they done. We're trying to do skill moves on the line, and Tavernier then cuts inside, runs right into a guy, then tries to pass the corner. Goalton, why on earth would you ever turn back and try and run towards your own box to pass to a centre half when there's strikers in the opposition in the area? It makes no sense. Lump it. Play the freaking percentages. And after they equalised, by the way, it just went bad to worse, because not long after, Ryan Jack, who I thought was currently the man of the match, well, he was on the park. I thought he was outstanding. As poor as that first half was for quote-unquote chances, he was the man that was running the show for us, getting the ball, dragging us forward, trying to put people in behind. But he ends up, I think it's his knee again, I'm not want to put that out there because I'm not 100% sure what it is, but it didn't look good. He signalled right away as soon as he went down, and he actually walked all the way off the park. They didn't waste any time even having a look at him. They got him right up and took him away. And that's honestly given me the fear, because y'all know how I feel about European football. I enjoy the journey, it's interesting, it's fun, it's great to be involved in, but the league's my priority. And if Ryan Jack is now out for an extended period of time, I will be absolutely devastated because he has been arguably our best player of the season. But even given the fact that we allowed them to come back into the game of football, the fact that we lost Ryan Jack and had to change our shape, we brought on Greg Stewart with that one. I don't know how Ojo was still in the park at this point, but it was maybe something to do with the fact that Ryan Jack got injured, because I want to live in a world where if Ryan Jack never got injured, Ojo was coming off, because his performance, I mean, there's not even any words. What do you want me to say? In the first half, he had 4 men to pass to because we had a 4-on-1 break. He passed it all the way back to Ryan Jack, who won him the ball and passed to him inside the box. He passed it back towards the corner flag. That sums it up on the Ojo side of things in this game of football. But again, we make all these changes, we lose key players, we give away a silly goal, but did we collapse? No. In fact, we then continue to create little half opportunities. A chance from Connor Goldson, who again skies, I mean, he seems to sky a header at least once every game. Is that just me that seems to notice that he seems to get to them, but he hammers every one of them over the bar? Get it down, man. You've had one in Kilmarnock, I'll give you that, and I was delighted. Can I get a couple more, mate? Because we really need to start scoring goals from set pieces, because to me it looks like whenever we take Catitude, we didn't look like a threat from set pieces. But it wasn't just a half chance from Connor Goldson at a corner kick. Nah. We had a clear goal scoring opportunity and we should have been in front, because the ball gets whipped in beautifully. I'm pretty sure it's either Stephen Davis or Bonabir Barisic. Sorry, I'm sort of messing up. But anyway, it's a beautiful pass right to the back post. You can see Alfredo Morelos is about to meet it. The guy trips his leg. It's a clear penalty kick. Stevie Wonder can see it, but the referee and linesman says he played for it. And my response to that is it's absolute BS. I mean, how do you play for a penalty kick when the back of your foot gets clipped into your back of your leg? How does Morelos know that contact is coming? That doesn't make any freaking sense. That was a stonewall penalty, but we didn't get it. But you know, son, even after that, did we continue to plot on? Yes, we did. And by the way, I'm not just saying it was complete one-way traffic. I mean, young boys continued to punt balls like over and behind. They had a couple of opportunities to score. I mean, they had a wide open goal that they completely muffed. So it was slowly but surely turning into a little bit of a back and forth kind of game. But there was one other opportunity right at the death round at the 89th minute. Alfredo Morelos turns his man beautifully after Greg Stewart hits a delicious little touch pass into him using the outside of his foot. Alfredo Morelos loses his defender, smashes it. It takes a deflection and you're thinking to yourself, finally, we're going to get lucky and it's going to go in. It looks in, alright? We're already celebrating. But somehow the goalkeeper pulls out a truly world-class save to react to the fact that that's bouncing, because you can see he's already set in the way he thinks Alfredo Morelos, his original shot's gone, but he somehow gets a pop and saves it. That was an unbelievable save, and when that save was made, I sat back in my seat, I went, right, fair enough, I can tell we're not going to win this. But as I predicted in yesterday's prediction video, a 1-1 wouldn't it be the worst result in the world? When you look at Young Boys' record, especially at their park, they are a very good footballing team. No many teams go over there and pick up the 3 points. So you're thinking to yourself, you know what, 1-1 is a good result to take away. We've had our chances, it's never quite went our way. Let's just control and be a wee bit smart on the ball and just manage the last couple minutes of the game. I mean, there's 3 minutes left at this point, lads. Let's just get on the ball and go to the corner, or at least just hold it. Then he'd be punting free kick ups in and just constantly giving them the ball back. It makes no freaking sense. I mean, in the 91st minute, we had everyone in their box with one person just slightly outside their box from a corner kick. What are we doing, man? But we got away with it. We defended a set piece. Bonabir Barisic, who I thought had another good game of football and was by far our best fullback. That's not really saying much, but I'm actually trying to give the guy a lot of credit. I think his last 4 games have been brilliant. He takes a sore knock to make sure he puts off a guy at the back post, and you think, right, we've got away with it now. There's 30 seconds to go. Let's just deal with this and get away with the point. But we end up heading it straight back to them. They headed it right back to us, and like I said right at the start of today's video, that is when you want your captain to get up there and clear it away and get the point for your side. But he hesitates. I don't know if his confidence was just gone because he was having a really off game, but again, there's no excuse for that, man. He ends up just watching it bouncing and he's on his arse by the time the ball hits the back of the net. Sair, to say the very least. And that is how the game finished. Now, am I here absolutely ranting and saying I'm raging that we lost the Young Boys? No, Young Boys are a very good team especially at home. And again, European football is fun for me, but it's not the objective of the season. It's just the manner of the way that we lost is just so infuriating. It was so avoidable, it doesn't make sense. But when the game recap there, on the individual side of things, I thought Ryan Jack was the man of the match for every minute he was on the field. I thought Stephen Davis had a good game of football. I thought Bonabere Barisic was superb in the game, and I thought Morelos just done what Morelos always seems to do, and he came this away from winning us that in the 89th minute. I also thought Hollander had a quietly solid game as well. I just thought Connor Goldson and Tavernier, that right side of the defence was shaky all day long, and I've been very, very curious to see what our changes are for the next game. And with that being said, I'm all done and dusted for today's video. Get your thoughts and opinions out there. While you guys do that, I will jump over to Twitter and read from the people. As always, there's going to be no man of the match pool. We're just going to jump straight to the people's opinion. Now, the first one comes in from Stevie Brown, and he writes, Tav was awful and cost us the game. Hope the injury to Jack isn't too serious. He was brilliant and we missed him when he came off. Doubt hanging over Ojo's head right now. Still a long way to go. Get your big boy pants on and get on with it. Peter Ramsey says, Captain Stupid strikes again. How much longer do we have to put up with him? Barney Stinson writes in, caused our own downfall, so many stupid decisions and poor refereeing. Should have been a penalty at 2-0, it would have been a different style of game. The ref only found its cards in the last 15 minutes. Tav, no excuses for both goals. They weren't even that good. We can definitely beat them at Ibrox. Kyle Hepburn writes in, should have won, and I agree with that, mate, but even further, even if we didn't win, we should never, ever have lost that game of football. It's unbelievable the fashion that we lost that game. David Whiteson, man of match, the travelling support. Shout out to them, they were phenomenal. You could genuinely hear them over the majority of the home fans. Full credit to them. He writes, he also writes in, why Ojo lasted the 90 minutes is beyond me. You could even see the other Rangers players hesitating to use him at points. I noticed that as well, David. You saw it, especially as the game went on. They were starting to look, even Stewart was like, it's not quite happening for him. The players could see it. Why did we not make that change? He was infuriating the night. He also finishes off by saying, we deserved the point, and what a kick in the hee-haws to lose it in the last minute. Baldy Barisic Loyal says, don't want Goldson, Hollander, Tav or Ojo starting the next match. Absolute shockers from all of them. Tony Wilson writes in, poor Rangers, young boys, poor refereeing, shocking as was the defending. Billy King writes in, give Flanagan a game. That must mean at right back. The last one comes in from BF Gaga 992, and he writes in, poor defending cost us. Fortunately, it's still early in the group game. At this level, you are punished for that. Need to make sure that Tav learns from this. Well taken goal from Alfredo Morelos. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You've heard from the people. You've heard from myself. If you haven't done so already, you know what to do by now. Before we wrap up today's video, a special mention to the absolute legends on the Patreon's account. If you would like to support the channel, as always, links for that is down there in the description below. And I've been CJ over 92. Sorry that wasn't the result we wanted, but thank you so much for watching anyway, and bye.